So a lot of people ask us how we met Johnny Cooper.
I had nothing to do with that.
It was a beautiful day in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
This would have been 2018.
We get asked by Aubrey. He calls us and he's like, yo, I want you to do a song swap with J. Coop.
And it was all acoustic. They were like, it has to be a two-piece.
This kid had 2 microphones set up, big pedal board, all this swagger for this guy. He's like 5'8", 5'9", walking up to me looking like he's 6'4", 6'5".
We're up there and it's like, I don't think we have enough people up here to compete with Johnny Cooper solo right here.
So we always have James play cajon, and we didn't on this gig because they wanted just like straight acoustic. So Matt and I come out with the guitars, and then Johnny sets up his looper pedal, 13 mics, and starts beatboxing and singing harmonies. It sounds like a orchestra, and we're like, great, really glad we only have 2 of us here.
He's playing, just rocking his balls off. And we're doing our thing. We're like, wow, we should be full band up here. Come on, Johnny, this is ridiculous. And it just so happens that our bass player at the time had just moved on.
Matt kind of jokingly was like, do you play bass? And Johnny was like, actually I do play bass, and was, at the time looking to, on top of his own stuff, do some other stuff if it seemed fun to him.
And so all of a sudden, my mind's going, and I'm like, Johnny Cooper can sing his ass off. He knows how to play the bass. His girlfriend likes our band. Boom. What if Johnny became Prophets and Outlaws' new bass player?
Well, would you be interested in playing bass for Prophets and Outlaws? And he goes, I have to think about it. But yeah, sure, we'll do that.
We sent him all the songs, we had a couple rehearsals, and I think the coolest thing about what we learned about Johnny, not only is he an awesome bass player, an awesome musician, great singer, great guy, he learned all of our songs in a few months, because his first gig with us was just after the holidays. It had been like 45, 60 days. He learned an hour and a half of brand new material.
Our first gig was in Texas Music City. Johnny had charts and wasn't even singing yet because he wanted to memorize everything. And then eventually, like 2 gigs in, he got a mic and started singing, and we were like, oh, this definitely helps.
The coolest thing about Johnny was just he's a great person and he's a good hang, and it's fun to be with him because there's a lot of downtime in music. I mean, we're not always playing and practicing. There's a lot of downtime and conversations, and Johnny just fit right in like he's been with us all along. Super awesome, serendipitous, lucky thing to meet Johnny, and I'm glad he's in the band. And it's still really funny when we're playing to watch the crowd kind of react to realizing that's Johnny Cooper playing bass, and it's funny to watch their eyes light up and they kind of like, oh, that's J. Coop.
Okay, so the way I met Prophets and Outlaws was on farmersonly.com. That was the first way we met. I was looking for just a good time. I was a little lonely at the moment. I was getting close to Christmas time, and I just figured, I might find some love on farmersonly.com. And luckily, I typed in all my information, what I was into, and the first picture that popped up was Matt Boggs. It was Matt. His profile pic was him riding a llama, and that was the first thing that really intrigued me. I was like, man, this guy is riding a llama. I think we're kindred spirits. The second one that popped up that I matched the most was Jamie. Jamie was riding a small calf, which I thought was interesting because his legs were already touching the ground even though he was on this calf. But I immediately was just so drawn in by his beard and his glasses. But we didn't match up at first, so I was kind of confused about that. But then the next one was this a duo picture of James and Steven together, and I was like, whoa, sign me up for that little family gathering. And let me get in the middle of that Guggenheimer sandwich. And so that's how I met Prophets and Outlaws, and I'm just thankful to be here now.
And you found so much more than just love.
Oh, that's so correct.
You found group love. Because love is worth sharing.
For everyone.
Oh my God.
That's what I want my answer to be.